Ardell. Now, this is your audience right there. So when you talk,
Three,
you got to talk.
2, go.
Hey, everyone. It is Wednesday. You are listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I am Agent Key, and we are Selling Sacramento. Selling Sacramento is brought to you by Matthews & Company Realty Group, where I, Agent Key, that didn't even make sense, where I am broker and owner. Okay. With almost 20 years in the industry, I enjoy helping you buy, sell, and retain real estate. And if you have a home to sell or if you're looking to buy, visit my website at agentkey.com, agentkee.com. And on my site, you can reach out to me via text, email. You can Calendly schedule a Calendly event and speak with me via Zoom conference. It's all right there, ready for you at your leisure. So go to my website right now at agentkee.com and schedule your free consultation. So today we are talking about Sacramento's most affordable homes. Actually, this conversation today is twofold. The first 15 minutes of the show, I want to introduce to you all an in-studio guest that I have with me. And we're going to talk a little bit about another type of home that is trending, that was trending, that is coming back to trending. And we want to provide information to you about this so that you can take advantage of these opportunities. What type of housing am I talking about? ADUs. And so I have with me right now in-house Mr. Ardell Lamone. And Ardell Lamone is the general contractor for Outreach Construction, and he is also the first vice president of the Sacramento NAACP. So we're going to talk about both of those roles in a second. How are you doing, Mr. Ardell?
Very good. And thank you for having me here today.
Of course, of course. So tell us about the ADUs immediately. How do people get started? What is it that you're doing in this space? Why don't we start there? How is it that you know so much about the ADU process and ADUs?
Keisha, one of the things that I did earlier this year is I actually worked with some of the city planners on putting together the formula for the ADUs.
Mm-hmm.
We had 3 different plans that we had on the drawing board. We had a 1-bedroom kind of studio.
Okay.
We had a 2-bedroom, and we also had a duplex. And I worked with them diligently on trying to implement the program where you could go and pull your plans off the shelf.
Okay.
So this enabled you.
So you created like an ADU template that's been approved by the city. Is that where we're going with this?
It should be approved January. We've had a few hiccups. It was supposed to be approved, and in June it didn't get. So it went back to the drawing board, made some different changes. But SB 9 changed the whole game of the ADUs, and it enabled a lot of people to be able to play again.
Good. And so what are the square footages, if I didn't catch you too off guard, of the different 3 formats that you just described?
One is about 470 square feet. One is 760 square feet. And we have one just under the 1,200. Now, if you step over 800 square feet, then it triggers a lot of other fees.
Okay.
So you want to kind of stay within that ground. But it allows you to go up to 1,200 square feet additional housing there. So basically, you're able to take an existing parcel and able to put a piece of land, a house on a piece of land that you already own.
Okay.
So you're not paying for the land cost.
Now, what are the qualifications what are the land or the lot qualifications in order for people to be able to do this? Because I know a lot of people that would like to, but does the backyard have to be a certain size, or the lot size? How much distance does there need to be from what you're putting on the land? Those types of things. How many ADUs can you put on one property? What are the specifications for that?
You can actually put 2 ADUs on a single piece of property, not to exceed 1,200 square feet. However, Cal HAFA has a program where they will give you $40,000 grant to be able to participate in that. However, if you have 2, then they kind of treat it as an investment and you don't qualify for it.
Okay.
So a lot of people are going with the single family and then making the accessory at this point in time a garage.
Okay.
So you want to be able to utilize, because you still have fees, even though the city are going to give you the plans.
Mhm.
You still have the school fees, you still have the building permit fees, the inspection fees. It just goes on and on. So and the other thing is they will not let you do owner builder. You must have a contractor on the ADUs.
Oh, okay.
So that's where Outreach Construction comes in. You can call me at 916-847-4397
I didn't even have to prompt him to put in that number. But go ahead and say it one more time, because someone was just alarmed that you just blurted it out like that,
Well,
and they weren't prepared.
my phone number and how to reach me.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you this number now.
Very good.
916-847-4397.
And one more time.
916-847-4397.
And you said the plans that you're working on right now with the city are due to be approved by the beginning of next year?
Correct.
Unknown caller.
Oh my goodness.
They're trying to call you right now.
Uh-oh.
Let's tell
I
them
can't talk to you now.
Not right now, y'all. But that was good. At least they're calling.
Repeat your question.
So your plans are due to be approved by the beginning of the year.
Correct. Uh-huh.
Okay. And so once that's done, what is the process or the time frame?
Mm-hmm.
If I were to reach out to you and say, hey, I would like to have an ADU built on my home, what's the time frame from start to finish?
Okay. Well, let's compare it to an average house and an ADU. Normally, when you have a regular house, you have to go through design review.
Yeah.
They want to know whether or not it's historical. They want to know the size of it. They just want to know everything about it. They want to know what color your gutters are going to be. It gets really in detail when you're submitting. You go through that design review process, and sometimes that takes 90 days just to get it approved.
To go through that process.
And now from there, you're going into your building. So now this is when all your plans are ready, but they almost require you to have the same documents and drawings and everything, engineering, when you're into design review, which normally before you didn't have to do that. You would just get it approved and then you would go to building. So it's a lot different. But with the ADUs, you don't have to go through design review, but they have another accessory dwelling application.
Okay.
And as I reviewed that, it's almost similar to a design review.
Is it a 3-month process also?
It doesn't supposed to be. It doesn't, but they're still learning. It's a learning curve.
Okay.
And if you want to find out, you can go to the city department. You have to make an appointment now. Before, we used to be able to go in and get a ticket and things. So I just continue to make my appointments
online
and every week, because I always have some more questions and I want to talk to a person, because we're both learning this. This is a new field for them, and it's excellent. Usually, let me tell you this right here. It's kind of a good thing. I have a family. The mother is getting up in age, and she can't get around like she used to, but she can still get around. So instead of the daughter and her partner out there, they're actually going to consolidate and give up their apartment, and they're going to take over the large house where the mom is living. And we're going to build the mom a brand new ADU in the back.
For her to stay in.
Yeah, so here we are. We got a piece of property that we didn't have to pay the land for.
Right.
We're going to get a $40,000 grant to assist in the fees.
Awesome.
And it makes sense all day long.
Right, because now she's there to help care for her mom. Mom doesn't have to move away from the home that she's been living in. And then they're getting assistance from Cal HFA.
Yes.
So the $40,000 in fees, does that go a long way? Because you said those fees just never stop.
Well, that covers the architectural fees, which you still, even after you get a set of plans from the building department, you must set it on the lot. You must determine the size of the lot, because you can only cover so much of your lot. It's a percentage.
Right. Yeah.
So once we figure that out, we play with it. So it's still a lot of stuff that has to be done, and I wouldn't attempt it. Somebody
they need a contractor.
Yeah, you don't want to be practicing on this. This right here is something that is good, and if you don't need the $40,000, then you can make it an income piece of property. So you got two 600 square foot houses, or 700 and a 5, or 6 and a vice versa. See, now you got an income piece of property that you didn't have to pay the land cost.
I want you to give your phone number one more time because I want to get on to the next piece too that we want to talk about you. So give out your phone number one more time for those people who might have just tuned in and are interested in having you hold their hand and walk them through this ADU process.
Okay, my name again is Ardell Lemon. My phone number is 916-847-4397. I'm a general contractor. License number 739-711. So if you want to punch me up on the computer, I'm in good standing.
So he's a general contractor with Outreach Construction, and he's also the first vice president of the Sacramento chapter of the NAACP, and you are running for re-election for that same seat. Tell us about that.
That is correct, and that's exciting. I've had the pleasure of serving under Betty Williams for 6 years in different departments. First, I was in housing, which is my specialty and my passion. Then I became the second vice president, and I was at position for 2 years, and then I became the first vice president. So I was able to learn my way around, and I have a passion for helping people. I'm kind of semi-retired.
Very visible.
I'm building apartment complexes. I'm building industrial properties. I have a winery, so I'm really active, but my thing is giving back to the community and letting them understand, what is going on. I'm one of the original pioneers. I have the old Crocker Bank building in Oak Park. It's the Harrison Center now. It's right across the street from the Guild Theater, and I've been there for 35 years. Yes. So I'm the OG still standing.
Yeah,
and I'm not going anywhere.
And you graciously allow the Sacramento Realtors to meet in your building when we have our monthly meetings.
That is true.
You're also on the builder, the developer. Are you on do we have a board for the developers committee?
Yes, yes, we do.
So you are on that board.
Oh man, I get so excited about that. I just got back from Africa, and we're doing RD&D. I went to Uganda and Kenya, and we're looking at property to expand. But getting back to the NAACP.
Yes, we digress. We digress.
Yes, we get all excited.
You have your hands in so many things that are really all under the umbrella of equitable housing.
It is, and I'm proud to serve under Betty Williams. She is dynamic. I talk to her once a day, and we go over different strategies and what we need. We need this election to happen, and it's coming up here soon. Please join the NAACP. I'm asking on Saturday. We're having at the Doubletree, the Black Expo. Rick Warren is responsible for that. And we're going to be down there all day. So you can bring your propositions. You can bring anything. We don't endorse candidates or anything, but we do side with propositions. So if you bring your ballot, we say bring your own DOB, but not bring your own bottle.
Bring your own ballot. Don't bring no bottles, y'all.
Exactly.
Bring your own ballot.
I'm just excited about being part of the NAACP, and we stand for what's right. And if you're wrong, we're going to come and knock on your door.
On it. Yes, I love that. So you'll be out there this Saturday.
Yes,
at the Black Expo, and is there? I think there's a website for that. Is it Sacramento Black Expo?
I'm sure you can punch it up. Rick Warren.
Google it. Huh?
Yeah, Black Expo, and it's at the Doubletree. It's from 11 to 5, and we will be there. We will have our room, and we will be discussing different issues. And please come out and join us, and please join the NAACP. It's NAACPSAC.com. NAACPSAC.com. Just go on there. Become a member. It's $30 a year, not a month, a year. Come on now.
That's way affordable.
As my president say when you get in trouble, the first thing you do is call on Jesus, and then the second you call on the NAACP.
Well, that's my first time hearing that, but that would stand to reason. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show today and share that information with us. And he is, ladies and gentlemen, a wealth of information, especially when it comes to being able to take advantage of placing an ADU on your property. Definitely reach out to him, and also make sure that if you are able to attend the Black Expo this Saturday, and BYOB, bring your own ballot. They're going to be going over those with you, making sure that we are clear and understand what it is that we're voting on. so that we not only understand what we're voting on, but we're participating in the process, because all of these past elections have shown that our votes matter. And as many times as people have said and try to say, oh, I don't want to vote because it ain't going to matter. Well, the stats show that your particular vote, and specifically the Black vote, matters.
Absolutely.
And if we get out there and vote for the things and the people that are going to make a difference in our communities, then that's when we'll begin to see change.
I agree.
So we hope that you get re-elected in your
Yes,
first vice
yes.
president position, sir.
Yes. Thank you for having me on your show. It was
You're very welcome.
I enjoy you guys. I enjoyed the Realtors. I listen to your show all the time. You have a wealth of information, and anytime that I can add or share,
We will be
please.
calling you back.
Yes, please.
Absolutely. You are tuned in to 97.5 FM KDEE. I am Agent Key, and we will be right back. Hey, you guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're out there watching, let us know. We are on 6 different social media platforms. And so you all may not see each other, but I see you. So say something in the comments. Look, my mother, that's Linda Lee. Linda Lee is mom, y'all.
All
Say
right,
hi
Mom.
to Linda Lee. You know, moms always support everything their children do. Hi, Nana. So I wanted to see if I think we are Facebook friends.
Okay.
Oh shoot, it's not gonna. My what you call it, reception in here is not the best.
Oh, okay, okay. That's
but
okay.
you know, thank you again though for coming in. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
You're
I love
welcome.
it. I love it. Great. Yeah.
Y'all hang tight. We'll be right back. Did you get your water?
Yes, I did. Thank you again.
All right. I'm gonna turn this. I normally say, "Oh, is that for me?" I'm gonna turn the heat down. It's like hot now. I complain about this
It's nice meeting you.
thermostat.
Nice to meet you, brother. Good luck.
Okay.
Okay.
I got the dates, but I can't put the dates on my
You know what you do. You're welcome. All right, y'all. Gracias. Now I'm only gonna take a little sip because I don't want to.
Say, it's yours. Do what you do.
Woo. Okay, you
I just
guys.
want to shove it too fast.
Hey, Miss Erica, you didn't want to shove it too fast.
Shove it towards you too fast. That's
Oh,
why I said it right here.
post his number. Ardell, did he go? Ardell, what's your phone number?
916-847-43.
But you got a card, man?
No, I'm typing it in. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me put my eyeglasses
Nobody
on.
wants cards anymore.
Ardell.
Mhm.
916. Say it again.
847
847
43
4397.
97 97.
Got it. Can't forget that now.
That's right.
LAMOND. LAMOND. Okay. There you go. You are sharing great information. You are so welcome, Facebook user. I don't. Okay.
One.
Hey everyone, we're back. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. And that was just Mr. Ardell Lamone. And I want to tell you guys that to be able to take advantage of an ADU opportunity and a $40,000 grant from Cal HFA is absolutely amazing. So give him a call, Ardell Lamont, and I just wrote down his number in the chat here, 916-847-4397, 916-847-4397, and he will hold your hand, walk you through the process, And y'all let me know how it goes, because when I refer people to you, I want to make sure they're taking care of you. And that's just like a side note for anything. Anytime you are using someone who I refer to you, please feel free to circle back to me and let me know how the experience was. I want to make sure that you are being properly served and well taken care of as I refer people to you. So now we're getting to the heart of the show. The top 10 most affordable neighborhoods in Sacramento. This market has been a little bananas. As a matter of fact, right before I walked into the studio, I saw a news report saying that the feds have increased rates again. And however, that they plan to continue to increase rates, just not at the pace that they had initially planned. So they were saying that there's data now pointing towards them not stepping on the gas as fast to increase rates, but that rates will continue to increase. So that little bit of information was just released today on the news wires. Probably I saw it maybe an hour ago. But homes are still being bought and sold. Homes are still being listed, bought, and sold. How on earth is that happening? I'm going to share with you some low-hanging fruit today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just call it low-hanging fruit. We know that the median sales price for the month of the month of September, I want to say it was 520. Let me make sure. Yes. The median sales price for the month of September was $520,000. When you work $520,000, I'm going to do it right here, live on the air. A $520,000 purchase. What does that look like in a monthly mortgage payment? I'm going to tell you. $520,000 purchase, let's get to the right method here, is about $3,800 a month. Did I add P&I? Include mortgage insurance. Okay, so I forgot to add mortgage insurance. A $520,000 home purchase with 4.3% down, about $22,000. I'm going to change that to 3.5% because typically, or most often, many people are using down payment assistance or putting down 3.5% because they're going FHA and all you need is 3.5%. So again, $520,000, 3.5% down at a 6.8% interest rate, including principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. The payment is $4,238 a month. I do not know very many people who can afford a $4,238 payment a month. That's a lot of dough, ladies and gentlemen. And the person who can afford that is making somewhere around $12,000 to $15,000 a month. The median sales price is $520 in Sacramento County, in Sacramento County. So that's encompassing a lot of different areas. So on today's show, I want to share with you some of the areas that are, how do I want to say this? They're not $520,000. They are affordable. They put you down in an area where you can breathe, or even if you are stretching yourself a little bit, you're stretching yourself enough where it's like, okay, I can make that happen. I can cut back on some lattes. I can, do whatever I need to do to make that happen. So let me get right to the heart of the matter here, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to tell you that I picked the top 10. This is single family home sales by zip code for the month of September. And in about 13 more days, we'll have new stats out for the month of October. But starting with the month of September, the top 10 most affordable areas, and again, I'm defining most affordable based on, and I didn't tell you what I was defining most affordable on, but I'm defining most affordable on what the most recent average rents have been and average mortgage payments before we got into this huge increase of mortgage payments. So average rents and average mortgage payments where people are breathing easy. And I'm talking about the regular lay person, 9 to 5, solid job, good credit history, that type of thing, not where you're an executive or vice president or something like that, because of course you can afford more. I'm talking about the middle group who support this economy. These are the people who are paying on average $2,000 to $3,000 a month for their rent and for their mortgages. That's where people are most comfortable. That's where people are getting acclimated. So what do those types of houses look like? Where are they? What neighborhoods are they in? How much are they selling for? And how many of them are selling? I'm going to start with the lowest and then go to the highest. I'm starting with the lowest because when I say the zip code, and I'm going to go by zip code, when I tell you what the zip code is, and when I tell you what the price is, you're going to say, oh, that's expected, for that area, right? But as I continue down this list, some of these areas might surprise you. So let me put my spectacles on. Hey, y'all out there watching on social media. Hi, Rosemary. Hey, girl. I agree. It's taken lots of first-time home buyers out of this unusual market. Yes, ma'am. So let's get started here. Number one, and this may or may not come as a surprise to you, 95815. And 95815 is Woodlake, Noralto, and South Hagenwood, right? Not a real surprise, and so also I want to put the brakes on anybody who's saying, but who would want to live there? 20 people did, because 20 homes sold in that area during the month of September for a median sales price of $327,500. $327,500. I'm taking out the mortgage calculator, y'all. $327,500, 3.5% down, 6.8% interest rate, including mortgage and insurance, $2,694 a month. Pow. $2,694 a month for that mortgage. Next, we have 95641. 95641. Where's 95641, Keisha? This one was a little weird. Ileton. And here's why it was weird. Because there were 3 homes that sold in Ileton. And out of all of these zip codes that populated in this list that I have in front of me, Ileton was the only zip code that saw foreclosures for the month of September. Out of the 3 homes that sold, all 3 were foreclosures. Wow, right? And if you're interested in living in Ileton, that median sales price was $365,000, right? Number 3, most affordable zip code neighborhood area in Sacramento, 95660, North Highlands. North Highlands saw 32 sales, ladies and gentlemen, 32 sales in the month of September with a median sales price of, I keep pulling my glasses off and on. I got to keep them on because my eyes just aren't readjusting fast enough. $375,000, right? So what does a $375,000 purchase look like in a monthly payment if you want to buy a home in North Highlands? $3,075 a month. If you want home ownership, affordable, North Highlands, 95660, where the median sales price is $375,000 and 32 homes sold in that zip code in the month of September. Next, most affordable, working our way up to number 4. This one is not necessarily a surprise because I have done a lot of work in this area, and so I've seen this, but this may come as a surprise to some of you as I expound on why I think it's a good buy. 95832 Meadowview, Freeport. Right. Meadowview, Freeport. 10 homes sold in that area, in that zip code during the month of September at a median sales price of $382,500. $382,500. Why do I think it's a good buy? Because it is surrounded by a mix of, you have the older Meadowview, which is turning over. A lot of the drama that was going on in Meadowview 20 years ago, it's straightened up. It's just turning over. I'll just say that, just as a choice of words. And you have people who are living in the area now, buying into the area, who are getting the homes because they're affordable and they're flipping them. Also, I want to go back to, there was a time in Meadowview and other areas when the market crashed, and a lot of these areas like Meadowview saw tons and tons and tons of foreclosures. The bank bought these properties back. I'm sorry, I need to talk to you guys too. I'm looking at Dosti because he's an actual person in the room, but I want to look at y'all right here too on social media. So the bank took these properties, sold them through REO agents, listing agents. These agents used programs that were called first look programs, meaning that, and I'm not sure if that's the exact title, but the point is the persons that had the first opportunity to buy these homes were people who were going to owner occupy. Now think back, this was after the market crashed. So now you've got this area with tons and tons and tons of foreclosures. Like every other, there was not a block around that didn't have a foreclosure on it, right? And so now you've got these homes being sold back to people who are owner occupying. And some of these agents who listed the home, which is the reason I'm bringing this up, they had to go in and make modifications and improvements to the home because oftentimes sellers would get angry when they were being foreclosed on. Y'all remember, leave the water running, tearing up the carpets, knocking out walls. And so agents had to use their own money because the banks would reimburse them, and they had to remodel or put in new flooring or something. The point I'm making is that these homes were being turned over physically, architecturally, owner occupy. You're reducing the amount of renters in the area. And now these areas are becoming more and more owner occupied. And now, fast forward to today, it is one of the most affordable places to buy in Sacramento. So if you're looking for a good starter neighborhood, baby, as they say, baby, you might want to consider Meadowview / Freeport. I just got really excited about that. But yes, consider Meadowview / Freeport. Oh, and the other great thing about this area is that it's Freeport, connected directly to the Southland Park, Greenhaven neighborhood. There's the golf course that takes up a huge part of that area. They've got new commercial shops and restaurants and things over in that area. Really nice Starbucks on the corner there at Freeport. I think it's Freeport and Florin. You've got all your major shops right around that same block, the Home Depot. And right down the street from Delta Shores. Now, if you all remember, right before the market crash, they were supposed to build an entry and exit off I-5 to that new home construction that was happening back there. But then the market crashed. They didn't build it. Guess what's over there now? There is now an entry and exit to that area. What is it street? I should know the street. It's Calvine, not Calvine. Oh, I should know that street, y'all. But anyway, there is now an entrance back into that neighborhood off of I-5. So you don't have to go all the way to 99 to get to that Meadowview/Freeport neighborhood. You can drive down I-5, take that exit, get off, and there you are at home. So these are all great reasons to buy into this neighborhood. Because, oh, you know what, Miss Sharita Consumnes.
Yes.
Yes. Sharita Moore, my girl Sharita just put that in the chat. Thank you, dear. The Consumnes exit. It is there. It is right next to Delta Shores is booming. There's new housing that they're finally putting up. It's getting ready to go up. There is a waiting list that you can join to get on that waiting list. It is going to be on and crack-a-lackin'. Mm-hmm. So this is a great time to buy in that area. All right, moving right along. Whew. That was number 4. So number 5, the number 5 most affordable. Yes, and y'all can see these neighborhoods come with my commentary. I'll try to keep it down. I'll try to keep it brief. Number 5 is 95824. 95824. South City Farms, Fruit Ridge Manor, and Avondale. Yeah. And the median sales price over there, $385. So Fruit Ridge Manor and Avondale. I actually went to school at Hiram Johnson High School and Wilsey Wood, so I'm really familiar with that. HJ baby. And that neighborhood has been, it's seen highs and lows. It's almost one of those neighborhoods or zip codes that really doesn't know what it wants to be. However, I think all of that is going to change because UC Davis has a project going up off of Stockton Boulevard, and I'll get into it in more depth at another time. But when you see companies, especially large companies like UC Davis, come in and make an investment, especially a development investment, you may want to take a second look. Even though things don't look exactly the way you think they should, you might want to just get you a little piece of the pie and sit back and see how things unfold. So 95824, number 5, Avondale. Fruit Ridge Manor. Number 6, 95838. Hands go up in the air. Yep, most affordable, Del Paso Heights and Robla, coming in at $387,450. $387,450. Now, I just read that the Sacramento Urban League just received a $1.2 million donation. Was it 1.2 million? It was in the millions from, and I need to get this right when I bring this stuff up. They received a donation and they plan to use the donation to build property for the purpose of business growth. 2.4 million. Thank you. My audience right here on social media, they are so smart and on top of it. I love y'all. Miss Sequoia, $2.4 million. And who was the lady that gave them the donation? She's one of those wives who got a divorce and took all her husband's billions and is now giving it all away. I just can't remember her name, but they received that amount and they are getting ready to invest it in the Del Paso Heights area. So you want to keep your ear to the ground about all of these things. Don't look at these neighborhoods and poo-poo them. Jeff Bezos' wife. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, right? Took half and she's giving it away, and she then gave some to the Sacramento Urban League specifically, and they are reinvesting it in Del Paso Heights. What did we just say? When a big company makes a development investment in a neighborhood, you better tune in. You better be aware. Yes, the X. Yes. So another affordable place, y'all. Where are we at? That was number 6. We are now at number 7. I'm going to read number 7, and then we're going to take a break and come back. Number 7 is actually right in there with number 4 as far as all of the commentary. So number 4 was 95832 Meadowview, Freeport. Number 7 is 95822 Southland Park, Hollywood Park, Golf Course Terrace. And you'd be surprised, you're probably shocked that I'm saying Southland Park is affordable. 95822. Zip codes have boundaries. And so the price there, the median sales price is $404,250. So let's go to our mortgage calculator and type in $404,250. And we have a payment of $3,309 a month. And you can be right in the mix of all that I described earlier: the golf course, the new commercial places like the Starbucks, the Home Depot. And they're not necessarily new, but they are newer. They haven't been there 20 years unchanged. They are destinations where they're thriving. They're close to the I-5, very close to Delta Shores. You can take the I-5 exit to come and go. You don't have to go all the way down to 99. Same scenario with 95822. Thank you, Miss Sequoia, the benefactor for the 2.4 million. Is that right? Benefactor. The person who gave the money to the Greater Sacramento Urban League is Mackenzie Scott, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. 2.4 million right to our very own Sacramento Urban League, who's going to reinvest that money or invest that money right into Del Paso Heights. That is what we want to see happen. Congratulations to them, and praise God for Mackenzie Scott. Yes. So that was number 7. I did say we were going to take a break. We're going to take a break because it's break time, y'all. And when we come back, we'll finish off with number 8, 9, and 10. You might be surprised to see who's in these last 3. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. I am Agent Key, and we'll be right back. Hey, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Derek, hey, sir. Good to see you. Thank you for listening in. Miss Sequoia, thank you so much for that information. And Miss Michelle, y'all have to tune in often because I need folks to get me stats and stuff while I'm on the air. That came in handy. Very handy. Miss Sharita, thank you. Thank you, my dear. Thank you all for tuning in. We're going to get these last few zip codes out. I think y'all are going to be surprised. I think it's really important to know what areas right now are affordable because these homes are still being sold in these areas and sometimes quietly. And so we need to know that there is buying going on in these areas and what's happening in these areas so that we can take advantage of these opportunities also. When it's on sale is when you buy, right? That's why we don't get upset when the stock market falls, because that just means it's on sale. Buy more of it. I think I'm trying to get up to 100 shares of everything that I have. So I've been throwing money at a ton of stuff. Let's see. What did I just buy? Who are y'all in the stock market? Anybody watching? You in the stock market? Are you buying while it's on sale? Because you know what goes up comes down, but then what's down will go up. So y'all better get in there and make it happen. Let's see. What did I just buy yesterday? Oh, because the entire state of California, if y'all, in case you didn't know, is about to do what? Go electric. All new construction, everything in it, appliances, all have to be electric. So think about that. What are the electric companies that you're aware of? What type of investment should you be making now before when it becomes public and general knowledge and it's in the headlines, it's too late. So you got to think in advance. So with that being said, I'm trying to get my GE stock up to 100 shares. It actually is trading at 77 right now. My average cost is 81 though, so I still got to buy it down. But GE's 52-week high is 116. So just imagine what's going to happen. GE is at the forefront when it comes to, and not necessarily at the forefront, but it's one of those companies that this is what they do. So they're not leaving this industry. And I'm not telling y'all to go buy GE. I'm telling you this is what I'm doing. So do not take this as investment advice. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. Let's see. And then and some of the companies that are going electric with their I'm coming back on the air, y'all. Paying attention to the music. Here we go.
3, 1, go.
Hey everyone, we're back. You're listening to 97.5 FM KDEE. If you are watching online on social media, the conversation was still going on, so I had to pay attention when the music cued so I can get back to the radio version of the show. So we were at number 7 with 95822. We have 3 more to go. Number 8. Now this one was interesting because I've always thought of this community as being a little more on the cushy side. I've never lived in this area that I'm going to share with you guys. I've driven through the area. I've heard about the area, and I almost had a listing once or twice in the area, but it never panned out. But I had always thought that it was a little more on the pricey side. So I'm going to take a deeper look as to why this is landing in the top 10 most affordable. And to some of you who will hear me say this, you may already know, like, And actually, now that I think about it, now I think I know why. Oftentimes, these zip codes are borderline around other, right next to other. Okay, I'm back. I left being live for a minute, y'all. I'm back. Sensitive mouse, anything. Anyway, here we go. So the zip code is 95841. Sorry, 95842. 95842. Oh, that's interesting. So right above it is 95841. And that price point is almost $70,000 higher for the month of September. 95842. The median sales price is $409,500. It's Foothill Farms. Foothill Farms. And I always thought that Foothill Farms, I'm thinking specifically about a development that's over there that uses the title Foothill Farms in the development, and it's a little bit more on the expensive side. However, there's some bordering area around it that might be the reason that brings it down a little bit in the pricing. So Foothill Farms is in the top 10 most affordable. 24 homes sold in that zip code during the month of September. Number 9, I'm going to finish right up here because I have some other information that I want to share with you guys before we get off air. Got 2 more to go. Now, this is one of my favorite neighborhoods. Hey, Miss Felicia, how are you doing? 95820 Colonial Village, Tahoe Park, and South Oak Park are in the top 10 most affordable areas, most affordable neighborhoods in Sacramento, y'all. And so, again, I'm going to go back to when larger companies make an investment in an area that's a reason to pay attention. That is one reason to pay attention, and a possibly good reason to make an investment. So again, it goes back to UC Davis. We already know that Kevin Johnson has made his big footprint there in the Oak Park community and has really done a wonderful job at getting other people to make an investment in that area, getting us to reinvest back in that area. You know, there, St. Paul, my church family and my church home, they stayed in Oak Park. We could have left, but we built in Oak Park, paid that off, built the Family Life Center. And I'm honored to be a part of the next phase where we will be building senior housing and market rate housing. The church bought up a lot of land over the past 20, 30, 40 years in Oak Park. So we don't have to go looking for it. We already own it. And so it's just a matter of getting it built. So if you're looking for cues and reasons to reinvest back in these communities, these are the companies and organizations who are staying there. We have Christian Brothers High School is still in Oak Park. These are prime reasons to stay in these areas. The college, the law school, McGeorge Law School, still in the area. So, and I'm bringing this up because, again, oftentimes we hear about these zip codes in the news, but that's what the news does. The news gets paid to report all of that stuff that's traumatizing and, you know, the shootings and all of that. So, but there are other things going on in these neighborhoods. There are companies and organizations and people and nonprofits and for-profits who are really trying to make a change in these communities, and not trying, they're doing it, but you don't hear about that in the news. So, you know, you're not going to hear about what Mackenzie Scott did. Well, you might, because that was quite a big donation. But if you hear about it on the 5 o'clock news today, that would be awesome. But you definitely heard it here, that is what she did at the Sacramento Urban League, and they are putting that money back into Del Paso Heights. So it might be a good time to start looking at property in Del Paso Heights because the change is coming. Same thing with the Oak Park, the Tahoe Park. Tahoe Park has always been a nice area, always been, the homes have usually been 2-3 bedroom, 2 bed, 1 bath, 3 bed, 1 bath, smaller, but a little more pricey, but always a very comfortable neighborhood. Always a very comfortable neighborhood. So that is number 95820. And even Colonial Village. Those are older homes, typically built in the 60s and 70s, but they are on streets that are working class people. You know, it's your everyday, the folks, again, that make this world, this engine go round, right? Ms. Valencia said, light overshadows darkness. Let us be the light in our communities. Absolutely. Absolutely. David Young, thank you. Thank you for the emojis, the hundreds. And Nikki Nicole, yes. So the last one, number 10, this may or may not come as a surprise. And I've got some good things to say about this zip code too. Y'all may or may not agree, but God ain't making no more land.
No.
So we have to take what he has given us and make the most of it. Number 10. And so with this zip code being number 10, it's actually the highest of all of the price points that I've talked about so far. So don't feel some kind of way when I say the name. 95673. Rio Linda.
Wow.
Rio Linda sold 16 homes in that zip code during the month of September at $420,000. So what's the good thing to say about Rio Linda? Anybody type it in the chat. What do you think I'm going to say that's good about buying a home in Rio Linda? Type it in the chat if you can. I know we kind of like delayed, but I'm going to just go ahead and say it. Land. I kind of gave you a clue when I said God ain't making no more land no more. Yeah, yes, large lots. Valencia said it. Large lots. If you are looking, and a lot of us are right now, a lot of people want a larger piece of land, and it is right next to Natomas, right? And the soon to be up and coming Del Paso Heights. So Rio Linda, y'all don't sleep on Rio Linda. Do not sleep on Rio Linda. So those lots are not, and Miss Sybil said the cheapest. Yes, that's right. That's right. So we are talking about the most affordable homes in Sacramento. I just gave you a list of the top 10 zip codes, ladies and gentlemen. Do not sleep on those zip codes. This is how we wake up one morning and somebody else has taken over these neighborhoods. Somebody else is reclaiming these neighborhoods. Not only am I telling you where they are, I'm also describing to you some of the events and movements and things that are happening in some of these neighborhoods to hopefully give you some incentive to take a second look. And why am I trying to incentivize you to buy at a time when interest rates are high? I'm doing that because at the same time I'm telling you what these prices are, I'm also telling you that these homes are selling. 16 homes in 1 month in this zip code, 17 in this one, 30 in this one. It goes on and on. How are these people buying? Make an offer at a price that you can afford. I gave you the price on these homes according to the interest rate, but you could more than likely get that price down even further. If there's a home in these zip codes that's listed more than the median sales price, or it's been on the market for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, haggle, make an offer, sit down with your lender, talk to them about what you can afford, and then your monthly payment. Now, what does that look like as far as a purchase? I'm having the same conversation with my clients. As a matter of fact, as soon as the show is over, I'm going out and showing my client 3 properties not far from here. And we are looking at these properties that are 20,000, 30,000 above her max. And if she likes them, we're making the offer at her max, not at the 20 or the 30,000. If they've been sitting on the market a long time, chances are the seller will entertain your offer if they really want to sell. Because at the end of the day, a house will sell for what a buyer is willing to pay. And you are the buyer. Yes. And sellers, if you want your home to sell, you've got to list it at a price that a buyer is willing to buy it. Or it will just sit, and it will just sit, and it will just sit. And then you'll have to reduce the price, and then you'll have to reduce the price. And then, ad nauseum. So I'm encouraging sellers to get with the program. I'm encouraging agents to really be about the business of being a useful resource to your clients, whether you're representing a buyer or a seller. This is the time where agents have to do the real work. This is where you can't just set your client up on a portal and then let properties just shoot off to them and have them reach out to you when they want to see. You got to get in there and get dirty, break down these numbers, look at these comps, not just from the past 3 months, but the past 6 months. What were prices looking like before COVID? Because that's probably the direction that we're going back in. Rates went up when COVID hit the scene. I'm sorry, rates went down. Pardon me. Rates went down when COVID hit the scene. Before COVID hit the scene, rates were at around 5 to 6%. Where are they now? 5 to 6%. So we just got to get the prices lined back up with where the rates once were, because the rates are there. Now the prices need to get there. 2 years is not enough time for incomes to have increased to the extent to where these prices are. You know, all of those folks who bought when prices were high, it was because rates were lower. It is not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it is 2:00.
Yes.
I need to be out of here, y'all. It's been real, and thank you. And remember, if you are doing what you were created to do, I will see you at the top. Bye-bye. Bye, y'all. I did not realize what time it was. I will see y'all next week. Take care. Love you.